Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and my gosh, the drama continues. Oh yes, Old School MTG has finally had enough. He was kind of irked by the situation but trying to be calm and nice because he's a level-headed adult. That's why he plays Magic, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Or League of Legends. So he just found out from his neighbors, I guess today, and made a video about it just 2 hours ago, that the Pinkertons, I guess, were like looking for him, and I don't know if he just wasn't home or what was going on. So they knocked on his neighbors' doors, his elderly neighbors. So before coming to his house, alarming his dogs, scaring his wife, scaring him, trying to intimidate and coerce him with basically lies, his wife was crying, which that would already be my line for telling them to piss off and come back with the real police or a warrant. And then tell him you got 5 seconds to get up past that property line right there. Then I'll go out and draw it for you. Get past that line or you're going home in a police car. But he seems like a nice guy who doesn't like to make waves because he's not like, a hot-headed younger person. Level-headed adult. Respect. Well, this hot-headed 35-year-old would have done things differently. But anyway, no, I'm not one to fly off the handle in serious situations. I would have just been like, okay, who are you? Private security? Oh, you want this back? Well, it's not stolen and I didn't do anything wrong. So you got to report that back to him. Bye. And if they wanted to pursue things after that and do things the Pinkerton way, then we're going to do things the Des way, you know what I mean? But enough putting me in his shoes. He came out with a video today where he's much more angry. Just foaming at the mouth, flipping the table over, punch through a couple walls. Just kidding. Go watch it. I'll probably link to it eventually after I say I put the link in the description and then forget and then actually put it there. But yeah, he basically just said, like, that's going too far and I don't want to talk about my next steps and something like you can imagine what they are. Hey, he's smart enough to know not to talk about legal proceedings or fly off the handle and break laws. That's a good starter for a lawsuit. So anyway, here's why it's going to fail. Sorry to just jump right to that. I think he should because it would be hilarious. I bet lawyers are lining up to take this pro bono so he could get like some of the best in the US. But WotC hired private security to say, hey, just go get it for us. Because you're there. They could say whatever they want. I mean, you think they can't delete a couple emails in Discovery? I mean, they're a bunch of morons who don't know how to use computers and half their company uses Macs. So, okay, maybe. I think if you added up the tech skills of everybody who works at WotC, you'd probably get a grand total of like my parents' level of tech knowledge. My parents do not work in IT. I do, but they don't. But they just say, we just told them to go ask nicely and try and get the product back and just be like, can we have it? What they did and said on their own... We didn't tell them to do that. Take it up with them, which is exactly what the lawyer would say. They'd say, go after WotC. If they don't want to get a settlement, we won't even take it to court. They'll be fishing for some dirt cheap $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 settlement. And if WotC's like, no, because we didn't do anything wrong here, you can get a sealed private settlement and it just goes away. And trust me, WotC probably would do that. They want this to go away. Remember when I said the other day that I bet you Moist Critical is going to make a video on it? He did. Muda already made a video on it. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm not saying they copy each other. I'm just saying they their communities send them the same links. So now several million people have heard about this. That's not good. And Muda was like, this is crazy. WotC's kind of in the wrong. Charlie was like, oh my gosh, they have lost their damn minds. What were they thinking? WotC is evil. And I'm over here like, I got 10 years of calling out WotC when they do something bad and praising them when they do something good. I mean, go back 7 years of my channel. Not my fault in the last 2 years. They haven't done a damn thing right. So, okay, so he shifts it and tries to sue the Pinkertons for what? Like, I'm not going to break down, well, this is the exact wording of the exact law, and this is where he lives, and so this law applies. And if you don't have a locked gate or a sign around your property, someone can reasonably believe that they could walk up to your door and knock and ring the doorbell. Because that's what it's for. Now, if they're trying to sell something and even an old solicitor's sign, they could get walked off by the police and then, well, they call it getting trespassed. They get a trespass warning, maybe a citation. But if you say, like, private property keep out, do not go through this gate, like, do not ring doorbell, or, like, private property deliveries only, or, like, whatever, and then they come ring your doorbell, right off the bat. Nowhere in the U.S. can you shoot them. Texas if it's at night, but well, look what the last person, what happened to them when they did that. So all you non-Americans know that's a complete myth that you can't just be like, step onto my property, I can shoot you. Nowhere is that legal. It is roundabout, barely old school legal in Texas, and you probably still won't get away with it because they'll politicize it. Mostly because of all the jackasses moving there from California influencing who wins what election. They took their politics with them after trashing that whole state. Boy, Austin and Houston, y'all need to get it together. So, what did the Pinkertons do that merits a lawsuit? Oh, they scared us. Well, they walked up and in their opinion, they said facts. I mean, we don't have a recording either. So you got one party saying we never said that, one party saying we did say that. Right off the bat, you're going to lose in court. Just based on that, you're going to lose in court. And do you think the Pinkertons are going to settle for a single penny? Absolutely not. Watsy maybe, Pinkertons no. So what did they do that's illegal? What? I mean, oh, your wife cried. Great. That seems like it's on her. Like, they didn't say we're going to come back and do this. And even if they literally did it, if you don't have it on recording, well, without a recording, you're going to lose in court. So the best bet is to sign a, like, we're good now agreement that Watsy, I'm sure, is already drafting and sending him. That involves an enormous amount of product or even some money, probably just product. And then, like I said, a little sheet that says, okay, we're good now. I agree that this is compensation for what happened, and that's that. And then after that, you're like, okay, we're square. You can't sue him later. So the other thing is, okay, the Pinkertons walked up to his neighbor's house, rang the doorbell, and then lied to them. They lied to their face and said, we had an appointment with your neighbors. Do you know where they are? They missed the appointment. Knocking on people's doors and lying to them is not actually technically illegal. And then, are you the injured party? Do you have standing? Like, I'm not going to go full lawyer on this, but I know what I'm talking about. Also, I'm not a lawyer. I have to legally say that. But yeah, no ground to stand on anything. Drag them through the mud until they settle to shut you up. There you go. That is the best outcome right now. Except, is there someone he could sue? Absolutely. Would he? Probably not. Easiest to sue, the seller who gave him that product. Second easiest to sue, the distributor who sent it. The distributor is going to say, yeah, but if we sent out the wrong product, the store owner should have known and notified us immediately. Now, they didn't know. Are you going to say in court that those look too similar with the font and the color, even though the artwork on the box is completely different? But you've basically got 6 products, set boosters, regular, well, more than 6, but 6 artworks. And they all share a font. Maybe it's shaky. You don't want maybe. You want definitely. Because definitely means you aren't even definitely going to court. They're just going to settle because they know they're in the wrong. And it's going to be a big settlement. So would he sue his, like, friend or whatever, his local store owner that he's been probably dealing with for years? I mean, he didn't say that, but, that's usually how it goes. Would he sue him and obliterate his business for him selling him the wrong product? He absolutely could, but without the negligence or the intent or whatever you call that, like the malicious intent, going to be really hard to win, and you're not going to get a very good amount. You're definitely not trebling it, because that's like the definition of trebling it, which means tripling because of malice. So then you're in the realm of if you win in court. Otherwise, settlement is what you go for, like I said. Nobody goes to court. If you go to court, you've probably already lost. Or the person you're suing is a hard-headed idiot. I mean, either way. But without malice, it's just like, I don't know, it looked the same and I sold it. It came in a box and it said March of the Machine and I sold it. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. I don't know, what? If they could prove there was no malice, he ain't going to win that. But if he can have him testify and sue the distributor for sending out the wrong product, oh yeah. But in both cases, what are the damages? What are the provable damages? There is no statutory damages here. So you ain't getting 50K, you ain't getting 150K, you ain't getting nothing. Hurt my feelings and I lost sleep over it is not any kind of anything. Lost revenue from the YouTube channel, absolutely you could sue for that. That's real. You could project it, you could estimate it. Not that much, and how would you prove how many views it would have topped out at? And I think with the video being deleted, he gets paid for the views that are already there. So how are you going to get this nebulous amount of, well, the video could have gotten this amount. A judge will never go for that. Never. So no statutory, no monetary, unless he goes and sees a doctor or a psychologist, has a heart attack, or something that's billable, something that is billable in US dollars, and then you're allowed to get that much back. Everybody, they're like, well, pain and suffering. No, the pain and suffering is a lie that, like, a car insurance company tries to sell you so you sign off on something early before your physical rehab is done, okay? Statutory pain and suffering, good luck. Did this guy miss a day of work? Is he unable to work from now on? Because, like, there's nothing to sue based on. That's why you get a lawyer, you scare the crap out of whoever you're going to sue, and then you try and get them to hush money. Hush and rush. That's what you do. And if they don't play ball, well, then you're going to court and you might as well just drop it. Hopefully that lawyer was free. Look for that no fee unless we win guarantee. But if you want to coerce them and be like, go full mafia, basically, although this is a lot more like you're the injured party, you just get as loud as possible. He runs the circuit doing interviews, talk shows, get on the news, just dump on WotC to the point where even if they know they would win in court, even if they know that a settlement would look really bad, they just want you to shut up and stop talking about it, so they give you the settlement so that you do. It's kind of wink, wink, nod, nod. I'll stop dragging you through the media and through the mud if you pay me. That's what you resort to. It's just what people do. I'm not saying he should do this. I'm not saying it's morally right. I'm not even saying it's legal. But that is what is typically done in this scenario, unfortunately. It's borderline blackmail, but that's just, I have so many examples of celebrities doing that, and even people are like, I found a human thumb in my Wendy's chili or whatever. Like, they just rush to settle that. They want that out of court. They want you to stop hitting the media, and they will make that part of the settlement. Because they either pay you $50K in a settlement, like you could literally be asking for like $50,000 and they're like, okay, but we're only going to settle for $49,999. Okay, but are you cool with that? And if you say no, you've already lost in court, because that would be considered a reasonable offer. And then the judge will say, well, you were clearly just trying to run up their legal fees. A couple of people tried that recently. Didn't go good for them. Judges are pretty smart. So you're just like, oh, okay. And then the settlement just says, I will not talk to the media about this. I won't talk about the settlement. I won't talk about anything that was said. It's all sealed. And if I violate it, I pay all the money back. That is how these things usually go. So they'll say, okay, $50K when we're losing, $50 million in stock price and lost customers, investors are running away. We need this to go away now or it's going to be more expensive. That is when you don't even have to do it. You could be literally doing nothing and just the story is spreading itself. You haven't said anything since. They're still going to try to make it go away as fast as possible if they're a smart company. If WotC is a smart company, that's what they'll do. If the Pinkertons or the distributor are a smart, wise company, so in other words, no. So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't show everybody's hand here, tilt the hand and show what everybody's doing and gonna do here. But I don't think WotC's lawyers are new to this. And I think this guy is, but, well, welcome to my channel. I tell it like it is. Honestly, this video ain't gonna get that many views compared to the other people talking about it, so who cares? But I thought I'd inform you guys, so if you appreciate it, subscribe and leave a like. I'll see you guys next time.